Welcome to the Deep Dive. I think, like a lot of us, I've always pictured D-Day as this overwhelming wave of force. But today, we're digging a bit deeper, uncovering some really unexpected stories, the hidden gears that made the whole thing work. This deep dive is your shortcut to understanding those surprising forces. We'll look at three main things: the incredible deception used, the real human cost and bravery, and the engineering and command decisions behind it all.
And what's so fascinating is how interconnected it all was. These aren't just, interesting little side stories. They're pieces of a puzzle showing how fragile the whole operation was, how much relied on small details, on choices made under, unbelievable pressure.
Right, it's easy to just picture the beaches. But the invasion wasn't only about force, was it? It was like a giant magic trick. We're talking Operation Fortitude. The plan to make the Germans think the real landing was miles away at Pas de Calais. It was a huge gamble.
Oh, absolutely huge. And central to that was this one guy, Juan Pujol Garcia, Agent GARBO. The amazing thing, he actually tricked the Germans first to get them to recruit him. Then he invented this whole network, like 27 fake agents reporting to him, all paid for by German intelligence.
Wow, paid by the Germans to feed them lies.
Exactly. The British even started hunting for his non-existent spies because his report seemed so real. I mean, the guy got medals from both sides, Germany's Iron Cross and Britain's MBE. It's almost unbelievable.
So how did they make this fiction, this massive fake army, seem real? Our sources mention the Ghost Army.
Yes, the Ghost Army was crucial. About 1,100 guys, artists, designers, pretending to be 30,000 troops. They had these inflatable tanks, only 93 pounds, but looking totally real from the air. And they had 500-pound speakers blasting battle.
Even sergeants swearing, apparently.
Yes, and fake radio traffic, mimicking different operators' unique sending styles, their fist. It was incredibly detailed.
And the impact, with Patton supposedly leading this fake army group, TUSAG.
It worked brilliantly. It pinned down something like 350,000 German troops up near Calais, 2 whole panzer divisions, 19 infantry divisions. They were waiting for an invasion that never came, giving the Allies that absolutely priceless time they needed in Normandy.
That scale of deception is just hard to grasp. But then you shift focus to the beaches, and the reality hits hard. That's where the individual stories, the sheer human cost really comes through. What stands out there?
Well, you look at the medics on Omaha Beach. Charles Shea, a medic, described the sea literally turning red with blood. They were working under direct fire. Medics, unarmed, just their medical bags, setting up aid stations and craters while shells landed around them. Or the NCDUs, the Navy's combat demolition guys.
The frogmen, right? Kind of the early SEALs.
Exactly. Clearing those beach obstacles by hand under intense fire. They took horrific losses, something like 52% casualties on Omaha alone. They were creating paths, lifelines for the troops coming in behind them.
And you also had the French resistance playing a massive role behind the lines.
A huge role. Activated by coded messages on the BBC famously, lines from a Verlaine poem. Their sabotage was critical. Plan Vert knocked out over 800 German locomotives, delaying reinforcements like the elite 2nd SS Panzer Division.
And Plan Violet
cut thousands of telephone lines. This forced the Germans to use radio, which the Allies could intercept. Nearly 1,000 acts of sabotage in total. Just incredible coordination and bravery.
So much courage, but also so much ingenuity needed. Let's talk about the tech and the big decisions.
Right, you absolutely have to mention Hobart's Funnies. These weren't jokes, they were specialized tanks. Things like the Churchill AVRE firing this huge mortar shell, they called it, a flying dustbin, or the Sherman Crab with chains on a rotor to flail the ground and detonate mines. Genius stuff.
But, and this is a big but, the Americans, specifically General Bradley, didn't really want them.
Yeah, that was a hugely controversial decision. Bradley saw it as an infantry fight, didn't want, quote, British tanks.
It was a command philosophy.
And the difference was stark, wasn't it? It's tragically stark. Look at the American DD tanks at Omaha, the amphibious Shermans. A disaster. Most of them, 21 out of 29, sank almost immediately. Vague orders, launched too far out. A command failure. Compare that to the British and Canadian beaches where the Funnies were used effectively. They cleared paths, dealt with obstacles. It really raises questions about how command decisions directly impacted survival rates.
And then there's the sheer scale of the logistics, the Mulberry Harbours.
Unbelievable engineering. Basically 2 giant prefabricated artificial ports towed across the English Channel. We're talking massive concrete caissons, like 6-story buildings. Mulberry B, the one that survived a storm, supplied millions of men, hundreds of thousands of vehicles. vessels, tons of supplies for months. Essential.
So wrapping this up, D-Day wasn't just destined to succeed.
Not at all. It was this convergence, this fragile alignment of incredibly bold deception, profound individual sacrifice, and really groundbreaking innovation. And leadership choices, good and bad, shaped it all.
This deep dive really hammers home that even history's biggest moments have these hidden layers, these untold stories. It makes you think, doesn't it? What invisible factors, what untold stories are shaping the big events happening right now?